Hello everyone. So let us continue the journey of our Ayurvedic acupressure. So today is the class 4. In the previous two classes, we learned about the correspondence system as per the Ayurvedic acupressure, which is also called as Tulyartha. Okay. So today we will try to understand a little bit more about the numbering aspects. Right. So there are 5 physical and 5 metaphysical elements. So how do we assign them to the hands so that we can use them in the form of acupressure to treat the human body? Okay. So first we will see how the elements have been assigned to the fingers. Okay, the plotting. So it is a circle. It is a cyclic thing which is happening in the whole universe, from day to night, night to day, day to night, right? So once again, birth, childhood, adulthood, then elderly age, then death, then once again birth, rebirth. So seasons also, right? So one after the other. So in a cyclic way, things are going. So, so there are 10 elements where you start from, you come back to the same. Okay. 0, you start from, and the 9 is next to 0. So it is a circle. Now, how do we allocate it to the fingers? So the numbers are like 0 and 1 is slightly bigger number than 0, and 2 is slightly bigger than 1. 3 is slightly bigger than 2. So on and so forth up to 9. Okay, so we have 9 individual numbers in the number system, and all the other numbers are some permutation and combination of these 0 to 9. Right? You can create any big number out of these 10 fundamental numbers, right? Because 0 is also involved. So 0 to 9 is 10 individual numbers. And now this, which is the, and if I have to translate the number into the fingers, there should be some method which will be used. So what should be the guiding way that I will allocate? Okay, this finger represents this number, this finger represents this number. What should be the criteria based on which I can allocate? Any meaningful idea?
Smallest number for smallest finger, except 0.
Yeah, so based on the height of the finger, we can allocate the numbers. Makes sense, right? Smaller finger will get smaller number. Taller finger or longer finger will get bigger number, right? So which is the smallest finger?
Small finger.
Thumb.
Right. I'll use the small finger and the thumb. So which is smaller?
Thumb.
Small finger
Small
is
finger
smaller.
is small.
Little finger.
No, thumb which is smaller here?
Thumb.
Little.
Thumb is slightly
Thumb
smaller.
is the giant's.
Thumb is slightly smaller than small finger.
Okay.
Okay. So this will be number 0. So which is the hand which you use the most? So most of them use right hand. So starting from right. The smallest finger in terms of height is the thumb. So the right thumb, we will allocate it as 0. Okay. And which is the finger which is taller than thumb?
Small finger.
So it is your small finger of the right hand. Because we are currently in the right hand, we will choose the next small finger which is in the current hand, right hand. So it is your small finger. So that will be number 1. And which is the next small hand in the entire finger?
Left small finger.
So it is left small finger is the smallest. Right. So I will move from 0 to 1 and 1 to 2.
Why not left thumb?
We'll come to it. So when I end, it should be the same place, right? So I will use it, the thumb to the in the next one, in the end. So number 2 is the next small finger. No, of the same height. After left small finger, which is the next taller finger? Your
Left index finger.
left index finger, right? So I put it as 3. And which is the next taller finger after
Right
left?
index finger.
So the same index finger which is there on the right side, that is the taller one. And after the index finger, which is the next taller finger?
Right ring finger.
It is the ring finger, which is taller than the index finger. So which is on the right side. So I will put it as 5. And which is the next taller finger?
Left ring finger.
Taller or the same height finger, which is, it will be the left ring finger. So I will make it as 6. And which is the next taller finger?
Left middle finger.
Left middle finger.
Middle finger.
Left middle finger.
Middle finger.
Right, middle finger. So after left middle finger, which is the next taller? Or
Right middle
same?
finger.
So
Right middle.
the right middle finger. So I will mark it as 8. And after 8,
Thumb. Left thumb.
where do I reach? It should reach the circle.
Left thumb.
So the circle should meet 0 and 9. So the next number is 9. And it is the smallest. We are from the tallest, we are going back to the shortest. So the left thumb is number 9.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Mhm.
When we have started from the left side, like 0 and 1, and then we shifted to left hand, 2 भी समझ में आया, 3 भी समझ में आया. Then after 3, so when we think about the bigger finger ahead, as compared to the 3, why we have not moved to like 6, this 6 number, why we have shifted to right hand again?
See, 6 is, this finger is taller than this, right? But the 4 is of the same height.
No, like 3 and 4 we already do, like same height. So, and 5, why we have shifted to right hand first, then we have shifted to other hand. Why
See,
have
when,
not
okay,
the
you are
left hand?
asking why 5 here and not
Yeah, why
here.
6 here? Yeah.
See, when you are in one hand, if you have the next higher finger in the same hand, is it better to take the same hand or go to the next hand and then come back here?
Okay. So the priority is while moving ahead, then we have to stay on the same hand.
So the logic is based on the height. Okay, that is how you will have to remember. Okay, everybody is okay with this? How is the plotting done?
Yes, sir.
Now we understood. Means if I have to say treat jal, then I will use this finger, the jal finger. Okay. And if I have to treat, say, vayu, then I will use the left small finger in this way. So if vayu is out of balance or the organ related to vayu is out of balance, so I will use this finger to treat. If akash is out of balance or the organ related to Akash is out of balance, so I will use this finger to treat. If Prithvi or the organ related to Prithvi is out of balance, so I will use this finger, right? Ring finger. Now, which element? So now we allocated numbers to finger, right? Now we have to allocate the organs, right? The organs to the finger. Organs to the finger. So how do we do that?
So these names of the finger we have to remember this way only. Is there any logic or something to remember that?
See, you will, this is the best way to understand because it is logic. You will be able to figure it out. Either you will have to mug it up. Okay. 3 7 2 2 3 6 7 2 3 6 7 in your left hand and 1 4 5 8 1 4
No,
5
the
8
names like
right.
this Agni, Dashakal, Jal, all these names.
Names you will have to remember it as them only.
As
Like,
it
oh, you
is.
wanted to English translation, is that what you are asking?
No, I'm just saying, like, is there any other logic to remember that, or just have to mug up like this way only?
There is a logic. This has a logic. The elements are growing in sequence. One is more stronger or one is more dominant, or it is growing in size. Say, which is more dominant, Jal or Prithvi? Hmm?
Prithvi, sir.
Right? The one who asked the question.
Yeah.
Prithvi is more dominant, so it will get a higher number. And because it has all the other things inside it, right? So this is the sequence, and you will have to remember it as this sequence itself. Akash is the first, and then Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, Kal, Disha, Man, then Atma, and all of these things are present in the first one, that is the darkness. So all the other numbers are present in the darkness. So this is how you will have to remember it. And the same is done in the feet also. So the thumbs will get 0 and 1. So 0 and 9. And then the smallest finger will be 1. Next smallest will be 2. The next taller will be 3. The next taller will be 4. In that way, the way that we have done in the hand, similarly, we will do it in the feet. We will not go by the height in the feet. It is just the replication of whatever we have done in the hand, we are putting it in the feet. Okay? Clear?
Yes,
Because
sir.
feet height is different. The logic is different. So main is your hands, and whatever is the logic that we have found, we will put that into the leg. Okay? Now we have to allocate what? An organ to the finger. And when we allocate the organ to the finger, we are allocating the organ to the joints. Okay? So now we have 3 joints. So we call this as Vat joint, which is on the top. Vat is no air. So air will be at the higher height compared to Kaph, right? So Vat is the top one. The next one is the Pitta joint. Pitta joint. And the last one, the third one, the lowest one is the cuff joint, right? So the top joint is the Vata joint, the next joint is the Pitta joint, and the bottom joint is the cuff joint. And the thumb has only two joints. Then what to do? The thumb has only two joints. So what is done is, the first upper joint is the Vata joint plus Pitta joint, and the bottom joint is the cuff joint. Make sense? The bottom joint is the cuff joint, right? Now, when I have to allocate the organs, so you have learned the TCM, where the organs are in pairs, right? The organs are in pairs. So there are yin and yang, right? So you have the organs, the 5-element cycle. So you have heart and small intestine. It is tough to write here. Heart and small intestine, lungs and large intestine, lungs and large intestine. They are paired. How it is paired? It is a detailed class. Probably we'll take it up in the TCM part. Okay, but you understand it this way. Then you have the next one is you have liver, so liver and gallbladder, liver and gallbladder are paired organs. Then kidney and urinary bladder are paired organs. And then your spleen and stomach. These are the paired organs, right? So the paired organs of the TCM are first plotted. Okay. Now, lungs is what? So these are the yin organs. These are the yin organs. And these are the yang organs. Okay. Yang organs. So the yin organs and yang organs. So we have lungs, large intestine. We have heart and small intestine. We have liver and gallbladder. We have kidney and urinary bladder. And we have spleen and stomach. Now, as per the 5 elements of TCM, okay, so what is the classification of yin and yang? The 5 elements are wood. Okay, I think we have written it, so we'll go there. Okay, so we have wood, fire. These two constitutes yang, and metal, water, and earth, it constitutes yin. Which is kaph, yin or yang? Which is what? Pitta. So because in Ayurveda, these three are we have three groupings. And in TCM, we have only two groupings. So which can be combined? Which is more? So Vat is what? Akash?
Yang. Akasha.
Akash plus Vayu.
Vayu.
I will write it in English. Vat is space plus air. Pit is water plus fire.
Fire.
And Kaph is water plus earth. Now, here we have water and earth. Here also we have water and earth. So, Kaph is more yang or yin?
Yin. Yin, sir.
So, Kaph is yin. Then, which is more yang? So, between Pit and Vat, which is more yang?
Vat is more yang. Vat.
Vat is higher yang. And Pit is lower yang. Can I say this? Can I say this? Or primary and secondary, can I say?
Yes, sir.
So this is primary yang. This is secondary.
Sir, could you please once again repeat why the classification of Vat, Pit, Kaph into Yin and Yang, or rather how?
So if I have to equate, see, both of them are treating the same body. So it means that somewhere Vat, Pit, Kaph should be equivalent to Yin and Yang in some way. It may not be exact replica. There should be some kind of resemblance, right? Yes or no?
Sir, but dryness is Vata.
Dryness is?
Vata.
Yes. See, I am not trying to find the exact, you will not be able to find the exact correlation. I am trying to get to a point which is more yin. Is it Kaph more yin, Pit more yin, or Vat more yin? Between the three options, which is more yin?
Kaph.
Kaph is more yin, right?
Yes.
Everybody is not saying yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir.
I have two yin parts in the Kaph. So Kaph is equal to yin. Then the yang should be the other two. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So the yang should be the other two. So which is more yang? We will have to find that. Okay. So dryness is Vat, Pitta or Kaph, which is equivalent.
Right.
It is equivalent to Vat. Dryness. There is dryness, means air. Okay. But here we are not using that combination. So which is more yang? This Vat is more yang, Pitta is more yang.
Vata.
What is yang? What is yang?
Heat.
Yang is what? Yang has so many different ways of seeing things. If you go higher in height, what is increasing? Yin or yang?
Heat. Yang.
Yang.
The higher you go, the yang it is. The hotter it is, the yang it is.
Yeah.
Yang.
The broader it is, the
Yeah.
yang,
Yang.
right? So
Yeah.
there are so many different. Front is yin, back is yang.
Yang.
That way, the yin and yang permutation and combination is like it has very vast meaning.
Yeah.
So what is the purpose of me doing this? is I want to associate all the TCM organs into, allocate them into the finger. I have to allocate it onto the finger. So this is the cuff joint, this is the pith joint, and this is the vat joint. So now my question is, what do I allocate to the cuff joint? And I saw cuff is more related to the in.
In.
Yes. So I will allocate the
In organ.
in organs to the
Kapha.
cuff joint, right? So finger number
Yeah.
0. So all of this, lungs, heart, liver, kidney, and spleen, I will allocate. So
Yeah.
So first one is Akash.
Finger number 1.
This is finger number 1. Akash means what?
Spreaded.
No. Akash is space.
Space, sir.
So I can allocate space to which of these organs?
Lung.
Large intestine.
No.
Why?
Lung.
Why?
Lungs means
Liver.
Because
Why?
Liver is the biggest organ.
Liver is the biggest organ. Okay. Apart from that, what else?
Sir, stomach.
Why?
Space, because it has space. Empty space.
Lungs that doesn't have space.
because it can
Yes.
because it can increase its surface area.
Who? Who can increase the surface? Stomach.
It will store food, also will store there only in that space.
So Akash is associated with, Akash is what? It is the outer covering, right? Say you have a globe, right? What is Akash? The Akash is the covering around the globe. Yes or no? The space which covers the earth is Akash, or it is space. So what is Akash? Akash is, say now, I have a, say, a probe, or like I have a pen. So what is Akash? The covering around the pen. And if I take the cap, what is the Akash? It is also the space inside the cap, the space around the cap, and the empty space which is inside the cap. That is also Akash, right? So mainly Akash is the external covering and the internal empty spaces. What is Akash? Akash is
Empty space.
Akash is external covering and internal empty space. Okay. Now in TCM, we have learned that lungs, like in our body, which is the Akash? In our body, which is the Akash?
Lungs only, sir.
Lungs, large
No.
Skin is Akash, sir.
Forget
Skin is Akash.
Sir,
So in our,
TCM, liver and gallbladder space.
no, Akash means the covering. So your body is covered with what?
Skin.
Body is covered with
Skin.
covered with skin. So skin is the Akash of your body. Yes or no?
Yes.
Skin is Akash of the body. And skin is managed mainly by which organ as per TCM?
Lungs.
Lungs, sir, lungs.
Is managed by
Lungs.
Liver.
not liver, lungs. So
Okay.
lungs manages the skin
Skin.
as per TCM. So now the Akash, finger number 1, should be associated with whom? Whom?
Lung.
So
Lungs.
Akash is associated with lung.
Lung. Kapha joint.
So, and where do I put? It is in the
Kapha joint.
cuff joint,
Joint.
right? So finger 1. So lungs. So it is finger 1 out of 3 joints. So cuff joint, I made it as lungs. Okay.
Sir, how did it go from Akash to cuff joint?
So now lungs is what? Yin or yang?
In.
Sir.
Lungs
Yin.
is yin. So
Yin.
cuff is yin. Yes or
Yin.
no?
Yes.
Okay.
So I have, this is cuff joint is yin. And lungs is also yin. So that is why I have allocated finger number 1 cuff joint to what?
Lung.
Lungs. Clear?
Lungs.
Everybody is okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Who is not
No.
clear? And what is not clear?
Bhumi.
Sir, you started off with Akash and skin that's governed by lungs.
Hmm.
Until then, I understood the correlation. How did lungs go to cuff joint is where I'm a little stuck.
Lungs is what type of organ? Yin
Oh.
organ or?
Yin. Okay.
It is a yin organ, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
It is a continuously working organ. What is yin organ? Yin organ is
24/7 working.
continuously the working organ. Okay. And yang organ is what?
When it needed, it works.
Intermittently
Intermittent. It works.
intermittently working organ. Clear? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
If somebody has doubt, please ask. Everybody understood?
I think still Bhumiji not understood.
Huh?
She's still in confused.
Bhumiji?
Sir, you just go with the correlation based on the yin and yang aspect of it.
Yeah. Whatever I have went up to now, you are okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now lungs is yin. What is the yang of lungs?
Large
Large
intestine.
intestine.
Large intestine. So now I have to apply to yang. So which one will I apply?
Vata joint.
Vata joint.
Why Vata joint? Why not Pitta joint?
It's a higher yang.
It is a greater yang
Greater yang. Yeah.
or a bigger yang.
Primary yang.
So I will allocate large intestine to Vata joint because it is yang, primary yang. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody is okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Huh? And also
Yes.
you can see it, which moves more, yang moves more or yin moves more?
Yang moves more.
Yang.
Which moves more?
How?
Yang or
Moves more.
yin? So it is
Yang.
yang. The excessive movement is in the yang. Yang
Yang.
has wind, right?
How, sir? Because yin is continuously working and yang is working only when it has given. But
So it is it has different aspects, right? What all constitutes yang? So wind, heat, this constitutes yang. The metal, water, earth, it constitutes yin, right?
In.
Out of this two, which will move more?
Okay.
Wind
Wind and
and
heat.
fire.
Wind and heat. Wood and fire.
Wind and heat will move more in comparison to the metal, water, earth. So you put a heap of earth, that is, let's say soil, in one place. After 1 year you come, it will be still sitting there. It will not
Yes,
move.
sir.
Very
Right.
low movement. And you put a heap of metal in one place, iron. You think it will
Yeah.
move around? No, it will
No.
sit. But if you put water, after a few days, if you come, it would have evaporated and moved. Right? So there is some movement to water. But wind, you think it will be there in one place?
No.
It will be continuously moving. Right?
Beautifully said, sir.
Right? So the wind is continuously moving. And you keep a flame, it will be still like this. It will be moving. The flame will be moving. So there is more movement, excessive, more movement, and less movement. Right? So movement is what? Yang in nature. Yang is like sitting one place is yin, moving is yang. So yang is moving more. And when I see the finger, okay, I am moving the finger. Which joint moves the more, cuff joint or vat joint?
Cuff joint, sir.
No.
Vata joint, sir.
Which is moving the longest distance?
Vata joint, sir.
Vata.
The cuff is sitting here only with very little
Yeah.
movement. So, but vat, it is here, and when it comes, like at one place it is here and another place it is like here. So there is so much of movement in vat. So, and in cuff, there is only little movement. It is sitting here. But in pit, there is mild amount of movement. You are seeing? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Understanding?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, water also will move. I mean, if we pour water, it will spread fastly. Why it is not young? Why it is in?
There is no absolute yin, absolute yang. There is
Okay.
always yin inside yang and yang inside yin. So there has to be some kind of, so you know the yin yang symbol, right? So this is so this is white is yang and black is yin. So there is a black dot inside the white space and a white dot inside the black space, right?
Yes, sir. Yang means completely young, not. In also is there, you are saying that only, sir?
Always there is a yin inside yang and yang inside yin. There is no such thing as absolute yang. There is no such thing as only yang. There is no such thing as only yin, because always the seed of yang is yin and the seed of yin is yang, right? So this is the seed. This is the seed. The yang has come out of yin and the yin has come out of yang. So you cannot take out yang from yin. It is always together. So both of them put together, we call it as chi. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Clear? So lungs is yin and large intestine is yang. So we have allocated large to Vat because Vat is more yang. See, this will move like this much. So this is the Vat joint. And the cuff joint will only move this much. Sorry, Pitta joint. And this is cuff joint. Very little movement. You are able to see? So the top one is the Vat joint because it has more movement. Right? So similarly, so I have Vat joint, Pitta joint. So for time being, forget Pitta joint. Only we will concentrate on cuff joint and Vat joint. So for finger number 1, so cuff joint is lungs and Vat joint is large intestine.
Large intestine.
Right? So we have figured out. So one is what? Akash. And this is space. And this is due to skin. Okay. Now next what? So we have element 2, which is Vayu.
Vayu.
Vayu is what? Vayu is associated with movement. Right? What is moving continuously inside the body?
Heart.
Heartbeat.
Blood.
Which organ? Blood. Blood is continuously moving. And what is making it move?
Heart.
Heart.
Is making it move. So heart is continuously beating. Vayu, movement. Lungs is also moving, but in comparison to heart, which moves more? Heart or lungs?
Heart.
Continuously 72 times a minute.
Yeah.
72
Yeah.
beats per minute, it will be moving. So the movement is associated with heart, and heart can be and heart is what? Yin or yang?
In organ.
Organ.
So I will have to allocate it to finger number 2.
2. Kapha joint.
Cuff joint. Making sense to everyone?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
What
No.
is not making sense? Bhumiji?
The connection between Akash or movement and it being associated with kapha joint, it being yin, that is the dissociation.
No. This you are seeing this part, associating it to.
No, both lungs and heart, when they are representing Akash and movement or Vayu, how are they both in the kapha joint just because they're yin?
No, they are in different fingers. Finger number 1, finger number 2. Two
Yes,
separate
that I
fingers.
understood.
Hmm.
How they start off from space, representing space and movement, but get associated with kapha, which does not represent either of that. That is the dissociation.
That has been
No. Continuously working organ, right? Heart is what organ?
Yin.
Yin organ or yang organ?
Yin.
Yin organ, continuously working. And yin is what? Cuff or?
Cuff.
Vat or pit?
It is kapha.
Yin
Cuff.
is what?
Kapha.
Yin is cuff. Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
So I have to associate it with cuff,
Okay.
right? You're getting the link,
Yes.
right? So now I am associating heart to the cuff joint, and its yang organ, its paired organ to
Small intestine.
small intestine to where I will associate.
Vata.
I am associating it to
Vata joint.
Vata joint. So I will. So far clear? Everybody is clear,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay.
Sir.
Now next, finger number 3, which is Agni. So Agni means fire, right?
Fire.
And what is the
Moves
work of
upwards.
what is the work of fire?
Moves upwards. Heat creating.
It moves upwards, but what is its work?
Heat.
Heat creating.
Transformation.
Detox.
To
Digestion.
transform. To
Trans- transform.
As
to transform. I gave you the example, right? If you have a finger, you dip it inside the water, nothing happens. You take out, your finger is as it is. So in jal, you put your finger, nothing happens. You put your finger in the prithvi, sand, and take out, anything happens?
Nothing.
Nothing happens. And you put the finger in vayu, like when the air is blowing, you put your finger, anything happens?
Nothing.
Nothing happens. Finger is still same. And you put your finger in the space, Akash. Anything happens?
Nothing.
Nothing happens. Akash, nothing happens. Vayu, nothing happens. Jal, nothing happens. Prithvi, nothing happens. Put your finger inside the fire and take it out. Something happens?
Yeah.
Lot of things happen. It just your finger changes.
Changes.
So,
Transformation.
so the Agni is the only element which has the ability to transform. Right? So Agni has the property to transform. And what is the organ which transforms the most? Which organ transforms?
Liver.
How? How?
Do many chemical reactions.
Okay. So liver has more than 500
chemical reactions.
functions and more than 1,000 chemical reactions. So it is called as the chemical factory of the body. Chemical factory of the. So, but where is the transformation coming here?
Detoxifying.
So detoxifying is transformation.
the toxins of the body.
So how is toxins associated with fire? How is it?
Because the last small intestine absorbs the everything that goes to LI, and then whatever in the blood that goes.
Sir, fire purifies. Is that so?
Yeah, fire purifies. But here, what is the purification which is happening?
Blood.
Purification of
Blood
blood.
is getting purified.
See, all organs will have one entry and one exit. Right? So your heart. So one entry, one exit. So your stomach. One entry, one exit. Right? Your small intestine. One entry, one exit. Your large intestine. One entry, one exit. But liver has two entry, one exit. So liver has
Two entry.
two entry, one exit. So here one entry is where the blood comes in. The blood which is there in the body, it enters the liver through one input. And the other input, what comes? Your nutrients.
Food.
Nutrients from
Food.
small intestine.
Small intestine.
Via
Portal vein.
via
Portal vein.
via portal vein. Portal vein.
Vein.
Right. So in one entry, blood is coming, and in the other entry, nutrients is coming. So when both of them come together, and when they come out, what comes out?
Purified blood.
Biles.
Bile is okay. I'm talking about,
Toxins.
okay. Is it blood which is coming out or nutrition which is coming out?
Together it comes.
Huh?
Sir, blood with nutrition, purified nutrition.
So basically, it is blood which is coming out. So the nutrients are converted into
blood. Blood.
nutrients.
Converted into blood and coming.
Nutrients transformed or converted into
Blood.
and this process happens through a lot of chemical reactions, etc. Making sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So the transformation is happening, right? So in the liver, transformation is happening. So I can associate it with Agni. And liver is what? A yin organ or a yang organ?
In organ.
In organ. So I will associate liver with
Kapha
joint of the finger,
Fire.
right?
Number 3.
Number 3. And liver's yang.
Yeah. Gallbladder.
Is gallbladder. I will associate it with Vata joint. Making sense? Everybody is okay? Not even one person is telling yes.
Yes, sir. I'm telling yes, sir. It's really okay, sir. Wonderfully going.
Okay. So next is what? So figure number
Gel.
4.
4. Gel.
Gel. And which is the organ which manages the water in the body?
Kidney. Bladder.
So kidney manages the water,
Water.
right? That is, so kidney is yin or yang organ?
In organ.
Kidney is
Yin.
yin organ. So I will associate kidney to finger number 4. Kapha joint. And its yang is urinary bladder. I will associate it with
Heart joint.
Vata joint. Okay. So that is why kidney and urinary bladder has come to finger number 4, Jal. Everybody is clear with this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And finger number 5.
5.
It is
Prithvi.
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 So Prithvi is associated with which organ?
Stomach and
Spleen and stomach.
So Prithvi is the food that we eat. And the food which we eat goes to which organ?
Stomach.
Stomach. And the organ next to it, that is the spleen, which manages the stomach
Food.
as per TCM.
Yeah.
The food is the earth.
Earth.
Food is Prithvi. So it goes into stomach and spleen. So that is the first organ which receives it. So I will have to associate stomach and spleen. And between those two, which is the yin?
Spleen.
Spleen is
Is the Yin.
organ.
So I am associating it with finger number 5, cuff joint.
Kapha joint.
And stomach is?
Yang organ associated with Vata joint.
So it is a yang organ. It is not working continuously. Only when the food goes in, it will work. Otherwise, it is not working. So it is a yang organ, and the yang is associated with Vata joint. Everybody is okay with this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Anybody who is not understood? How many of you?
Yes, sir.
How many of you had knew this concept? Huh?
It's
Okay.
a good way to memorize.
Pardon?
It's a good way to memorize.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
revision work.
right. So now we have understood how the fingers are allocated to the TCM organs. So we are done with the TCM. Then what about 6 to 9 and 0? So we will try to understand that. Okay. So we are done with finger number 1, finger number 2, Vayu. 3 we are done, Akash, Agni. Finger number 4 we are done, and finger number 5 we are done. Now finger number 6, Kal. So what is now all of no, we are moving towards metaphysical elements. Right? So what represents Kal?
Time.
Time.
No, time is a translation of Kal. But what represents Kal or time in the body?
Nervous system. Warmer.
It is
Triple
the
warmer.
triple warmer, you can say. But in terms, triple warmer is not an organ as such that it will be seen,
Very thin.
right? So it is, we can
Spine.
consider it to be the spine, or okay, Kal is what? Is it physical or non-physical?
Non-physical. Is metaphysical.
It is a perception.
Metaphysical.
It is metaphysical. It is a perception. It is not physical. I can say this is a pen. I can hold it. I cannot hold the time. Say somebody is sitting in the class and thinking about the hotel that person will have to visit after the class. So the person is thinking about the hotel. After the class, he will have to go to the hotel and enjoy the good food. Now, even though the body is sitting in the class, the mind is sitting in the hotel, right? And that hotel is in the future. Yes, no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
The mind is sitting in the future. And if something had happened yesterday and they are overthinking about the situation, so the body is sitting in the present, in the class, but the mind is sitting in the past. So it can time travel. So basically, time is a perception, and the management of the perception is done through the nervous system. Making sense?
Yes.
Right? And
Repeat it again.
time is a perception. Time is perception. Say you are sitting with a person whom you really like. So you both, two people are having very good conversation. How will the time flow? The time flows very quickly. And now you are sitting with a person whom you really don't like. and you're made to sit next to each other, how will the time flow? Very slowly,
Slowly, boring.
right? So time is flowing in the same way for everyone at the same speed, but different people is perceiving the time in different ways, right? And that perception is governed through the nervous system.
Okay.
The nervous system has two things: the brain and the spine. So different stages of nervous system, right? So time is a perception. It is not no something which has its own length, breadth, width, depth, height. None of these things are there. So it is a perception. Sometimes it can be slow, sometimes it can be fast, sometimes it can be in present, sometimes it can be in past, and sometimes it can be in future. Right? So the time is managed, or the perception is managed by the nervous system. And this nervous system has two things. So it has central nervous system, what else? Peripheral
Nervous system.
nervous system. So it is basically brain. If you see the brain from the back, so you will have your cerebrum, and this is cerebellum. And from there, okay, this is the interface between the brain and the, this is a big brain. I can call it as big brain, small brain, and this is the interface. Now the brain has to get converted into spinal cord, right? So interface between brain and spine. And then the spine starts. So this is the spine. Okay. And from this spine, this is called spinal cord. Cord is the thick fiber which is coming in the center. So this brain and spinal cord constitute central nervous system. Brain plus spinal cord. And peripheral nervous system is all the nerves which go from here, right? All the extensions. So the extension is called as peripheral nervous system. Extension is called peripheral nervous system. Because From the center, it moves to the periphery. Like spinal cord is like this, no? But it also has to come to the hands, your chest, your internal organs. Cranial nerves are the nerves which come from the brain to the face. All of these are coming from the spine. There are some nerves which come from the brain itself. This nerves, the nerves which come from the brain directly, this is called as cranial nerves. Okay, everybody is understanding? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Now, the perception is managed by the nervous system, so I will have to associate the nervous system to finger number
6.
right? And in comparison to the spine is the first level. It is Vat in nature. It is Yang in nature. It is vertical. So if we see that interface between the brain and the spine, the first interface, which is towards, I'll show you the figure. So if you see that interface is called as brain stem. Okay. So here is the brain and here is the spine. And this part is the interface between the brain and the spine. And this interface is called as the brain stem. And this brain stem has 3 parts. The lower part is called medulla, the green part, and then the middle part is called as pons, and the upper part is called as midbrain. So all the 3 put together is called as brain stem. Okay. Now, if this becomes spine, so this is your spine. So now I have plotted spine. So spine is vertical. So I have gone to the yang. It is more yang in nature, spine long in nature. And this medulla is short. So I will put this into cuff joint or what joint? See, which is more yang? So, see, medulla is this much. Spine is this much. So which is yin, which is yang?
Medulla is in, yang is spine.
So this medulla is yin.
In
And spine is yang. Right?
yang.
Understanding, Lakshmi ji, you are getting it? So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
whichever is more long, that is more yang. Whichever is
Yes.
right. So now I am putting the spine in the Vat joint and the medulla in the cuff joint. Clear? Everybody's clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So I am putting spine in the Vat joint and medulla in the cuff joint. So it is clear. Now Disha is more subtle. I will go inside the deeper parts of the brain. Right? So after medulla, what is there?
Pons.
After medulla, what is there?
Pons.
Pons is there. So I'll go to the picture. And after pons, what is there?
Midbrain.
See, this is medulla. Right? This is medulla. And then pons is coming. And after that pons, what will come?
Midbrain.
So before midbrain, there is something else,
Cerebellum.
right? So this is called as
Cerebellum.
cerebellum. Bell. It is like a bell. No, it is a small brain. So after pons, we get cerebellum. And after cerebellum, we get midbrain. Okay. Here. Any confusion?
No.
No?
Clear.
So first spine is done. After that medulla came. And after that pons came, it is in what joint? And then cerebellum came. Right? So finger number 7 is done. Then we get to finger number 8. So we are getting deeper into the central part of the brain. So then the midbrain comes. Right? After midbrain, if you go deeper, then you will get the limbic system
Limbic system.
in the brain. So it is more deeper into the core of the brain. So that is why it is put into the
Yin.
yin. Deeper. Central is yin. And outer part is yang. So after that, after the limbic system, if we further go deep, we will get cortical brain or hypothalamus. Okay, which we have put in the finger number 9. If I go further deep into the brain, what do I get? I get nucleus. Nucleus of the brain. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So after the nucleus, so we have covered the 1 to 9. Now what is left out? What is left?
0.
0. Right? So 0 is left out. And the 0 is from what all the other number comes. Right? So 0 is something from which all the other things come. Thumb is the origin. Right? So the human body is coming, including the brain, spine, heart, lungs, etc. All of that got created because of what? Because of the reproductive organ. Right? The reproductive organ is the thumb. And in that, the excretory organ is, say, the front is, okay. So the excretory organ will be the cuff of the finger number 0. So finger number 0 is the creator, right? Origin or creator. So who is the creator organ? The reproductive organ, right? So this is the creator. Okay. Everybody is okay with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have discussed the Vat and Kapha joint. What about the Pitta joint? The Pitta joint is associated with the glands. So Pitta joint is associated with. So in Pitta joint, what is the like in Pitta, what is more prominent? Jal or Agni?
Agni.
Agni is more prominent. And Agni, what does the Agni do? Agni converts or transforms. Right? In our body, one is the organ which is transforming. We associate it with liver. But is that the only Agni which is there? So there are other forms of Agni. And what does the Agni refer to in the human body? So Agni is referred to by, so we have done Vat joint and we have done Kapha joint. Now we have to plot the Pitta joint. So Pitta joint is plotted with, Pitta is associated with, primary is Agni. Primary is Agni. And the work of the Agni is to
Transform.
convert or transform. Now, what is that which helps in the conversion or transformation? So there is something called, we use, say if there are, say those who have studied, those who are from science background, chemistry, they would know a word called catalyst.
Catalyst. Yes.
Yes, sir. What is the work of the catalyst?
Increase the speedness.
Huh?
To speed up the reaction, but don't take part.
To speed up.
Speed up
To speed up
the reaction.
the reaction. Right? So there is some reaction which is happening. You put that catalyst, it will make it very fast. So the conversion becomes faster with the catalyst. Right? Conversion becomes
Faster.
Conversion becomes faster with the catalyst. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So is the catalyst playing the role of Agni? Yes, no. The catalyst is playing the role of Agni. In our body, what is the catalyst?
Hormones, enzymes.
Catalyst in the body is
Hormones.
So you put an enzyme, the digestion becomes faster. Right? And these hormones and enzymes are secreted by
Glands.
Secreted by glands. Everybody okay?
Sir.
And these glands are plotted because they are playing the role of Agni, the Pith. So these glands are plotted on the Pitta joint. Clear? Everybody is clear? Why glands are plotted on the Pitta joint?
Yes, sir.
Pitta joint. Now, which gland is to be associated with fingers Pitta joint? Is something which is to be understood. So, starting from like 0 to 9. 0 is where? 0 is the bottom or top? Bottom or top?
Top.
Bottom.
0 is?
Bottom.
0 is bottom. And 9 is at the
Top.
top, right? So it starts from here, 0 to 9. So the location of the glands, the 0 and 1, it is already taken, right? Only 2 joints are there, 0 and 9. So no Pitta joint. So, but the other 4, here 4 other 4, like totally 8 other, 8 fingers has Pitta joint. So the physical location of the glands, starting from the bottom, so you will go, whichever is at the bottom, you will associate it with 1. Whichever is associated with the top, you will associate it with, whichever is at the top of the body, you will associate it with 8. Making sense? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this is the list of glands which are there in the body. So testes and ovaries is at the bottom, and then as you go, the hypothalamus is at the top, right? Now I will go. So finger number 1, the bottom, after 0 and 9, you take out 0 and 9. The other thing is starting from 1. So bottom, ovaries and testicles. And finger number 2,
Adrenal.
adrenal, which is just above the kidney.
Kidneys.
And finger number 3 is
Pancreas.
pancreas, just above the adrenal. So, and finger number 4, it is thymus in the chest area. And finger number 5, parathyroid. And finger number 6, thyroid. And finger number 7,
Pituitary.
and finger number 8, it is
Pineal.
pineal. Okay. And finger number 9 is here, this is hypothalamus. Okay. You are able to understand? So it is in the sequence of the physical location of the body. So now, is it difficult to remember how
No.
the organs and glands are plotted on the joints?
No, sir.
No, sir, it is
Very
easy
easy.
to understand.
It is easy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acha. Okay. So if you know the logic on how it is plotted, you will not find it difficult. But if you don't know the logic, so you will find it difficult. Right? So this is very, very important. So there are so many other types of plottings which are done on the joints, right? So whatever we have done now, it's not just that much. There are so many other type of plottings which are done. Okay. Now we will learn how those different plottings are done as the syllabus progresses. And one joint can represent multiple things. One joint can represent multiple things. So you should not get confused. In this, it is told like this. In that, the same joint is being referred with something else. So should you have that confusion? Should you have that confusion? Hmm?
No, no, sir.
No. Why?
No confusion.
Why? Say one joint is plotted with so many different things. This joint represents A. This joint also represents M. It also represents Y. How is it possible? How is it possible?
Actually, it is thought.
It is
Thought.
thought. So everything is in the thought. So nothing is there in the joint. Huh? How?
But we think we
Is it meaningful or like meaningless? Huh? Logical, illogical. How can one same joint can have so many
I
things?
feel it's illogical because same way, like how come same joint works for different organs?
Huh.
Because if we have problem in one organ, then we are going to treat that joint. So how we come to know that is particularly treating that organ or it's treating that something else,
Hmm.
which we are referring to,
How to
like,
know?
yeah, how to know? I
How
don't
to
know.
know?
You had food, Rudo?
Huh? So
Why this subject is so complicated? Why they don't make it easier to remember and all those things? Why putting different type of and different organs at one point? Why they didn't make it simpler to remember or make the treatment easy?
so is the body a sophisticated piece of equipment or it is a very simplistic equipment?
It's a simplistic
it's
equipment.
Body is
complex.
very simple.
Yeah, if we think about, then it's very simple. If it is in homeostasis state, so it performs all the functions and everything job in a right manner, the way it has to do.
Okay.
But in today's lifestyle, we have made it complicated.
Okay. So in one of the class, I had a pathologist as my student. Okay. The student who was studying was a MD pathology. Okay. Day in and day out, they see blood, etc. And I had asked the question in the class, how complex is blood? The question was, how complex is a drop of blood? I asked everybody, and I had an answer in my mind, and the pathologist gave the same answer. One drop of blood is as complex as the universe. Just one drop. You take a blood, one drop, and if you try to understand, it is so complex, and it is as complex as a universe, entire universe. We have barely scratched to understand, oh, it has WBC, RBC, platelet, and all. It is a very superficial, limited understanding.
Body is very complex.
I am telling one drop of blood is as complex as the entire universe. Now imagine the body, entire body, how complex it would be. Huh? See, you have a cut on the skin. The body knows it has to come here, fix it, and it has to fix it with the same color of cells, the one which it had earlier. So it cannot come with some green, red, yellow, brown color. So how does that cell know that it has to create the same colored skin? The body can repair itself. You tell me which machine in the world can repair itself? The most expensive aircrafts or space machines, can it repair itself? A
No.
mechanic has to go do the repair and then come. It cannot repair itself. Now, this piece of machine, the bone breaks. You just have to keep it in one correct alignment. It will repair itself. It has so much intelligence inbuilt. Think it is simple? You think it is simple?
No.
It is the most complex,
Yes.
most
Much. Yes,
complex
sir.
piece of equipment in the entire existence. There is nothing more complex than this human body. Is it there? Anything which is more complex?
Human body.
Anything more complex than human body?
Blood.
No.
Body has blood, right? So body has more, like, so we are going into a different realm. So if I have to treat something so complex, something infinitely complex, I am making it so simple that one joint will represent 3-4 things. Is it complex?
No.
No, it is the way that it has been designed here. It is very simple. It's just you have to understand the reasoning behind it, right? So this joint represents say 4-5 things. This joint represents 4-5 things. This represents four. How complex is it? For a simplistic mind, it feels complex, but in terms of the reality, in comparison to how complex the human body is, this logic is nothing. Very, very simple. Okay. So, yes, Ruhi Prasadji.
Sir, now that we have associated the organs with the fingering, what about the location of the organ? Because, for example, if we take liver, we have given it at the cuff joint on the third finger, but the third finger is on the left hand,
Hmm.
but the location of the liver is on the right hand, right side of the body.
Hmm.
So, how do we associate, or what is the basis for?
See, the body is so interconnected. Now, so you see a very good dish, right? So the eyes is seeing, but the drooling is happening where?
The mouth.
The mouth. How come? When light goes into this, drooling happens here. Should it happen or no?
It should.
So it means to say eyes and mouth should not be connected.
Connected.
It is so highly integrated and interconnected, right? So
Liver open in eyes.
liver opens in eyes, but what opens in mouth?
Heart.
Huh?
Tongue.
Heart.
Heart pericardium.
Wow, thank you to me.
Tongue opens in, heart opens in the tongue. Mouth is stomach and spleen. It is related to food. So now how liver and, see, liver is on the left side. It is connected to the one which is spleen, which is on the, sorry, liver which is on the right side is influencing the one which is on the left side. That is the spleen, right? So it is highly interconnected. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay.
Sir, can you also explain that the relationship between of opening of organ with the system?
So that is a different TCM thing. When we take the TCM class, we can explain. But as and when things are required, we'll explain it here also. Okay.
Bone marrow, blood in Pitta joint.
What?
Pitta joint में bone marrow cells, blood cells, bacills came. Cholesterol skin.
In another plotting, yes, it is there. There are so many things. When we go to that plotting, we will discuss. But whatever we discussed today, this is it clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Everybody is clear? Everybody
Yes, sir.
enjoyed the class?
Yes.
Super today class.
Yes, sir. Very clear. Very, very clear. You have explained it very nicely. Even we want to do like that.
So,
Good evening, sir. It was so good after so many years listening to you again. I've really, really enjoyed your class. I never thought of Ayurveda in this way.
okay.
All these years.
Okay.
Thank you
Suma
so
Guti.
much. This is
Suma
Ma.
Guti. Suma
Yes.
Guti. Okay.
So what is written? Reproductive organs and thalamus. What is that, sir?
Thalamus. Thalamus is a gland which is also in that area. Okay. I will show you.
Sir, how you have related all these things is amazing. I think it is for your own efforts. Really, it is amazing. How did you find this one?
I spent time thinking and
Because we are also listening the class. It never occurred to our mind.
it is my teachers also have taught me. Like they have also had like it is entirely, it is not my thinking. So a good part of it goes to my teachers who have taught me. So you should thank them also. So So, but the reasoning is not there in the book because, as I told, it is a new science which is evolving. So, slowly it will be added. Okay. So,
You have found easy ways to how to remember. It is not think it is a remembering, just to understanding this. We don't have to mug up, or we don't have to remember, putting efforts to remember all these things.
Yeah, and it is very difficult to remember everything like by heart.
Yeah, you made it very simple. Excellent, sir. Thank you.
Until you know the reasoning, it is tough to.
Yes, sir.
So thalamus is, let me show. Okay, so it started from 0, right?
1, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, 1. Then this is adrenal is 2. Then pancreas is 3.
Yes.
And thymus
Thymus
is
is
4.
4.
And thyroid is
6. Sir, 5 is parathyroid.
Parathyroid. 5 is parathyroid is not shown here. So this is 6 and parathyroid is
5.
5. And then pituitary is 7. And pineal
is 8.
And hypothalamus is?
Hypothalamus is 9.
Okay. Meaningful, easy?
0 is?
0 is what?
Thalamus. Thalamus.
Thalamus. This is hypothalamus. And this is thalamus.
Thalamus, yes.
Part. Okay. So these are the glands. I think, yes, Bhumija.
Sir, there is no direct correlation between the gland and the organs. For instance, the reproductive organs are on finger 0, but the reproductive gland is associated with finger 1.
It is not with respect to the organ. It is with respect to the height.
Height.
Yes, the lower will come at a lower number. The higher will come at a higher number. The one which is at a higher level. Okay. And these things are not just plotted just like that. Lot of trials have been done, experiments have been done to see that whatever plotting has been done when we treat there is that creating such corresponding effects, right? So after all kind of testing, trials, it has been published. Okay, fine. So I think we are done with the time. If Ravindra sir is there, and we'll hand it over to him. Yes, Ravindra sir is there.
Friends, many of you have asked how Krishnamurti was able to, go so deeper into the subject. He's an IIM from Lucknow. He goes deep into the subject to understand. Till he understands, he will never put his next step forward. He has got a quest to know. So, not what we have to learn from him is to quest to know like him. If you want to become another Krishnamurti, you have to put tremendous effort. He puts about, I have seen him right from his first semester days. He used to put minimum 12 hours of efforts every day. He used to take best mileage out of his time to understand the subject. That's why today there is not only he is second to none. Honestly, I'm not doing any Mukhastuti. He's one of the best faculties available in the country. Not only in TCM and Ayurvedic, even in anatomy and physiology also. Whatever he studies, he will go deep and threadbare into the subject, and he will understand and communicate. He will not just, like storybook, once you read it and leave it. No. He will deeply understand it. He has got a very good memory power, recalling capacity, and he's actually role model for students to follow him.
Gifted teacher for us.
No shortcut to success, only hard work. He's an embodiment of knowledge because of his hard work. So we are very proud of him, And I really appreciate and acknowledge your sentiments for expressing appreciation for him, acknowledging his capabilities. So on behalf of one of you, I thank him once again.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
The role model is above Ravindra sir's head, the photo. That is
True,
K.
true,
Prasad.
true,
So he
sir,
is the
true.
role model. We should all become like him.
Yes, yes, sir, true.
Right? So we
Very
will.
true, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
all.
sir.
See you
Thank you.
tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.